This here is 47EL 3873. That makes it a fairly early-ish production, 47. It is original paint. It's a black standard. What that means is that it never came with crash bars. It came with black wheels, came with black handlebars. I assume, but I don't know this, that somebody ordered it with the Hollywood bars black. And I assume when they ordered it, and again I don't have the Harley invoice obviously, that when they ordered it with the black emblem here. And what's unique on this bike, among various other things, is that this Fox emblem is totally different from any other Fox emblem I've ever seen. It's much more raised and pronounced here. It's a little longer. This is a wider area. And again, this is a black one. And you could order the colors just by requesting it in your special instructions instead of the red. This is a bull neck frame. I was talking to a friend of mine who's quite knowledgeable, and he tells me there were 346 frames. I do know there was at least 347 frames. 346 frames, that's news to me, but we have the bull neck here. That's for those of you who don't know, this is what this is referred to, this little waddle down here. Just like the little waddle on a bull. It has no indication of ever having crash bars on this bike, but it's an old machine. This is what I'm basing it on. Where's the wear marks? Where's the wear marks? There's no wear marks anywhere. If it had a crash bar, we'd have wear marks, and there isn't any. So that tells me no crash bars, which are an option. So it's a beautiful original paint bike. It has beautiful patina. It's a couple little doodad accessories like the fender tips, chrome taillight, the rear accessory rack. I've only seen a couple of them. This is one of them. It's a Dash 48 accessory. Black standard. It also have black headlight and taillight unless requested per special instructions. We've got the chrome headlight and taillight. Also has a chrome horn cover. This here would have been chrome. They could have requested it not to be there on the running light, but obviously this one came with it or got put on at a later date, which it was. We'd have to have the actual Harley invoice. This is a nation built item. This lights up, and that would be an option. And what this handlebar configuration is, these are actual Hollywood bars, Harley-Davidson Hollywood bars that somebody sectioned, welded on the longer Springer stud from down here, longer for a tow bar. It's longer here. This is a dual glide, early dual glide top shock mount with the rubbers, with the Springer spacer here. It's like that Springer spacer right there, with the top Springer nuts. So it's all Harley-Davidson stuff. Now, all I've done to this bike here is I found the correct dash cover. This is the early dash cover. It's smooth here. There's no center space here. It does have the later glass January oil light here, so let me put that in. I put the original Harley-Davidson mirror on it, got it running, brought it about 1,000 miles. Put on a better seat, had a Dash 47 late model with a little chevron stripe deluxe seat on it that was totally tore up. So I put on a much better original solo seat. This would be the, unless requested, this would be the standard solo for a standard solo seat. So that's correct for the bike. And this here is appears to be nickeled cover. It was missing the battery cover and the proper nuts. Found those. And it's got a typical pan head muffler that was often replaced. Very common. Has the Knucklehead accessory cover here that somebody's put on at some time. And that's it. Generally, a standard solo would have a black generator cover, but it could have come with this. They just would have popped it on and just not charged them if they didn't. That's what they had. And they would have had a black cover here, unless they just are missing the piece and they popped it on. That's what they had. And this here is a Bates cover. So they may have just thrown what they had because they had it. We don't know. We weren't there on day of sale. But it's a beautiful original paint bike. I'm very happy to own this machine. And what's unique on this bike here, besides that, you just don't see too many standards. Because they all got accessorized later. The belly numbers, if you check down on the bottom of the pictures, I'm going to have a bunch of pictures of this bike on the description page. The belly numbers are 47-416 with a giant space. Looks like a dash in it, and a 0. And the 6 and a 0 are lower on both the right and left case. I've never specifically seen belly numbers like this before, but nobody's seen all the belly numbers out of 12,000 or 14,000, however many 47 knuckleheads they made. I haven't been able to physically trace any actual knuckleheads that I know of higher than the 12,500-ish number. And I still haven't got to my 47 knucklehead invoices, so I have no idea what they're going to show. But I was always told they made about 14,000 of these bikes, and just because I was told that doesn't mean it's correct. And Harley Davidson's own records are incomplete. So we don't know, we'll probably never know for sure how many knuckleheads they actually made, but conservatively they made 40,350-ish over the years, with 47 being the highest production number. But there again, knuckleheads were a poor man's Honda, $5 running bike, go and chop them up, and who cared, for 30 odd years. So any of them that have survived in this kind of shape, we're lucky to have them. So we may assume, or may not assume, that this was put on and left. We don't know. We don't have DSL photos, we don't have the invoice. This here is the bracket for your buddy seat configuration. But it has really no wear. That's just rust, no wear. No turning of the screws. We have no marks here on the fender, like they always mark. They always kind of wear here when they were used and run in the down position for a long time. We really have no obvious clue that, other than the fact that it got mounted on this bike. And just because it was mounted doesn't mean that it had all the other stuff. They could have put it on and the guy wrote, hey, I don't want that, I want this. And they would have left it. They wouldn't have taken it back off. Without the Harley invoice, which the owner never got, we are left to try and compile the clues from what the bike is. So we do have the chrome head pipes, an S-pipe, which would have been ordered. And we have the chrome cover here, which would have been ordered. This is Chicago Motorcycle Supply here. That's what that is. So, and the other thing I had to do is I had to come up with the right gas caps. These are original gas caps. This typically missing the gas caps. And the shifter knob there, that is a Harley accessory shifter knob. That is correct. And of course, imagine this, the waffle grips have long since gone away. Somebody's replaced those. And so far, that's what we know about the bike. The walk over here and show you. I don't think this bike's ever been apart. I put about 1,000 miles on it. And starting in the panhead era, the skid plate's starting to be CAD. Exactly when and what number, don't know. I don't think anybody else does either. But this is the original skid plate. And all indications were it never been off, and it's parkerized. So that there tells me just the fact it's parkerized and not a replaced later one, along with everything else I know about the bike and how it feels and how it runs and so forth, and where it came from, etc., etc. I don't think this bike's ever been apart. That is my opinion until I pull the motor apart. If I ever get lucky enough to do so, I cannot confirm that. There's no indication at all whatsoever this bike's ever been apart. So we have a beautiful 47 early Knucklehead with a bow neck frame, and I'll see you guys in the next video.